Hey guys, my name is Chris Tucker. We're going to be looking at funniest Disney park costume fails. So yeah, let's take a look at this.
No, not that keyboard. This one.
Sometimes Disney characters can have costume malfunctions in front of guests.
What is
And
up with
today
you?
we'll be looking at the worst Disney
Donald's hat fell off.
character wardrobe malfunctions ever. Officer Clawhauser from Zootopia can be seen in the Fantastic Parade at Hong Kong Disneyland, although Officer Clawhauser usually has to be blown up to fit the largeness of his character in the movie. And sometimes this feature can go wrong and he can deflate in front of park guests.
Yeah, there's some costumes that had to be blown up. Baymax is one of them.
Like seen in this video where a cast member had to lead him through the parade route while grabbing him by the neck. It's probably hard for him to see when he's deflating since his eyes aren't in the usual place they're supposed to be. And here's another clip of the big cheetah deflating in a parade. And once again, a cast member has to grab him by the neck and lead him through the parade. Hopefully Officer Clawhauser doesn't get too embarrassed from this moment. And this costume malfunction might have ruined the whole performance when Minnie Mouse's skirt tore apart while she was performing with a band. Minnie actually noticed pretty quickly what was wrong, and she quickly dipped out of the performance to go to
That is not good at all.
a cast member to get her issue fixed. Well, guess that's the end of Minnie Mouse for the day. And Minnie Mouse can even have costume malfunctions while at a baseball game, because Mickey and Minnie were at a Savannah Banana game when Minnie's ear appeared to start falling off her body. Minnie had no idea, but Mickey Mouse seemed to notice, and he was even pointing towards the dugout to tell Minnie to go there. But since it's hard to communicate with each other, Minnie didn't understand. Finally, the song and dance ended, and Mickey dragged Minnie to get her ear fixed. Luckily, the ear did fall off in front of the crowd. Although not as worse, Minnie Mouse had a part of her costume fall off while she was performing on this stage. One of the pearls on her costume came loose and fell off and just started rolling towards the crowd. Minnie obviously didn't notice because of the size of the little pearl, so the little pearl ended up rolling off the stage and bouncing into the audience member area before a cast member ran in to grab it. This lady had a pretty awkward meet and greet with Mickey Mouse when she tried taking a picture with the famous mouse, and she accidentally moved her hand over the button piece on his Halloween pants and ended up knocking the button off. Oops. She noticed it and immediately picked it up and handed it over to the unaware Mickey Mouse. And during the Fantasmic shows, Mickey does a stunt where he shoots
We've seen the Fantasmic shows.
sparks from his hands. But sometimes
seen
this
that.
feature in his Fantasmic costume has trouble. Like this time when only one of his fingers worked and the other fingers had no sparks coming out of them. Yeah, it definitely doesn't look as cool when only one finger has sparks shoot out. But that's definitely not worse when neither of his pyrotechnic finger
we've seen that before. That's crazy.
effects work on his costume. Mickey must have been pretty surprised when he looked up and saw there were no sparks coming out of his fingers. Even Mickey can have some embarrassing moments. And a terrifying fail occurred in this celebration parade when Mickey Mouse's eye fell into his body.
Oh, no.
He raised his arms and his head, and it appeared that the eye was ready to come loose and just fell right into his face. The eye must have been loose for a while and was just waiting for Mickey to make the wrong movement. Mickey immediately noticed his eye come loose, and he quickly covered his eye before anyone saw Mickey Mouse doing a Mike Wazowski impression. And a similar situation happened when Dale the Chipmunk was seen covering his eye during a parade at Disneyland Paris. Dale wasn't really hiding too well, though, since he couldn't resist the urge to go to the front of the parade float and wave to park guests. Dale lifted his hand up for a second, but it was still hard to see what exactly was so wrong with his eye. Hopefully Dale gets his eye fixed, whatever happened to it. And you can actually see the moment Piglet's eye fell out in this video. It's a little hard to see, but if you look closely, you can see a speck fly off of Piglet's face.
Piglet is blind.
It seemed like the dance moves Piglet busted out was a little too much movement for his eye, and the eye came loose and fell on the ground. But it appears that a cast member came over a few moments later to tell Piglet of his situation. Timon's eye was completely intact into his face here, but the problem was that his blinking eye feature wasn't working, and his left eye was completely closed shut. His other eye was working, but he couldn't lift the eye that wasn't working at all. And mid-show, Timon got off the stage and left to go backstage while waving to the audience members. Pretty pretty awkward moment for Timon. This low-quality video from the Dream Along with Mickey show in 2006 shows Donald Duck's hat
2006, that's nostalgia.
flying off mid-show. His hat actually flew off and hit Minnie Mouse in the face. It actually looks like Minnie tried catching the hat, but she was too slow and ended up clapping her hands instead. Once Donald picked his hat back up, he ran out to the center of the stage and he didn't even put his hat back on. The rest of the scene, he was a hatless Donald Duck. Donald Duck's hat fell off again here when he was in the Magic Happens parade at Disneyland. You don't actually see the hat fall off in this video, but you can see Donald holding onto the hat, pinning it to the side of his face while walking away with a cast member, probably going backstage. Although Donald did come back out a few moments later without his hat on. Donald without a hat, a rare sight to see. And Donald Duck actually caused this park guest's hat
The Three Caballeros, that's what that outfit's from.
to fall off when he went to hug her, and his large beak nudged the hat off the top of her head. And strangely, this isn't the only time this has happened to this lady, because she has another video as well from a different day of Donald hitting her hat off while giving her a hug. Either that lady has to stop wearing that hat, or Donald has to trim his beak. And one of the most obvious parade costume malfunctions happened in this video when Buzz Lightyear was coming down the parade route, and he had a very noticeable piece of his wardrobe missing. His chest piece was completely gone. The entire thing. You can actually see the piece of the costume at the front corner of the parade float surface he was standing on. He waved to the guests as if nothing was wrong. Maybe Buzz Lightyear didn't even realize his costume was missing a very important piece. Pinocchio was caught in this video having a wardrobe malfunction at Tokyo Disneyland.
The code awaits your command.
Liftoff confirmed.
When he was trotting about and his bow tie fell off. But luckily his dad, Geppetto, came over to help out his son with the issue. It's pretty cool how none of the other characters helped except Pinocchio's dad. Really helped make the characters feel even more real. But this video caught the moment when one of the weapons on one of the stormtroopers fell off and a cast member had to pick it up and hide it from all the park guests. You can see the cast member holding it out before the cast member and stormtroopers decide to go backstage to fix the issue. And that's when the cast member had to tuck it in their arm while they walked through the crowd of park guests. Sneaky.
Wonder why she tried to hide it.
You gotta keep that thing in the holster, man.
That is not your concern.
And a pretty absurd costume fail was when Grumpy was walking with Snow White and his
His pants fell down.
pants fell down in the middle of the parade. Grumpy didn't feel it at first, but Snow White noticed and helped him get his pants back up where they were supposed to be. Grumpy put his hands out in confusion while Snow White picked up his pants. Definitely a fail you don't see too often. But Goofy was also seen in a video with his pants falling down. He was standing with Chip and Dale while greeting guests at a rope drop when his pants slipped downwards. Goofy felt this immediately though and lifted his pants right back up. And it looked like he had to hold his pants in place while trying to call over a cast member. Goofy better get out of there quick. Although that fail definitely goes with his name and character. In 2023, there was a video from one of the Disney on Ice shows where you can see Mirabel's skate getting caught onto Isabel's dress during the Encanto scene.
snap.
The dress got caught on the skate mid-air, and once they got down to the ground, they had to delay a few seconds of their performance to fix the issue. And Gaston was performing in one of the Disney on Ice shows, and he did a spin, and his hair came flying off. He actually tossed everything he had in his hand so that he could free up his hands to put his wig back on. I guess his hair was fake all along. Have you ever seen a character have to tie their shoes before? Miguel from Coco can be seen in the back of this video using a parade float as a good step stool to tie his shoe on. Judy grabbed the attention of the crowd while Miguel was fixing his shoelace issue. I wonder how often Disney characters' shoes come untied. And that will do it for this Magic Party video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.
Well, that was Disney costume fails. Thank you guys for watching.